Good morning, this is Kris Shoemaker, also known as Yehudah ben Shomeyr, and you're listening to Coffee with Kris, the time of the day where we share a cup of coffee and share a bit of the Word of God. Alright, this is Tuesday, so we are on our third Sidra, our third Aliyah of this Torah portion called Ki Tisa. And we're taking this from Exodus chapter 33, verses 12 through 16. Now, if were you to go into a dark room that was so pitch black that you couldn't see, and you had the opportunity to bring a flashlight, would you? Of course you would. Even if it was a room that you were familiar with, I'm sure that you would take a flashlight so you could see where you're going, so you wouldn't, trip over the, footstool or smash your toe on the coffee table or, step on the cat or the dog in the dark. You would take a flashlight with you. So this flashlight represents God because God is light, according to 1 John. And so you would want this light to scatter the darkness so you could see, so you could make a clear, safe path through this dark room of wherever you were at. So in Exodus chapter 33, verses 12 through 16, it says, "So Moses said to Adonai, 'You say to me, bring up this people, but you have not let me know whom you will send with me. Yet you have said, I know you by name, and you have also found grace in my eyes. Now then, I pray, if I have found grace in your eyes, show me your ways, so that I may know you, so that I may find favor in your sight. Consider also that this nation is your people.'" Then verse 14 says, "My presence will go with you, and I will give you rest," he answered. So Moses and the children of Israel are about to go into a dark room. This dark room is the promised land. They've never been there before. They know a little bit about it, they have no idea of really what's there, and they don't know how to get through it because they've never been there before. They need God to be their guide. And if you remember, God through the wilderness was a pillar of cloud by day and a pillar of fire by night so that they could see, and this cloud and this fire guided them through their journeys. It was kind of like that flashlight. And after the sin of the golden calf, God had threatened, look, you guys have screwed up so much, I'm really ticked off at you right now, and I may just do you guys in. And so he threatened at one point not to go with them. But in verse 15, it says, "But then he said to him, 'If your presence does not go with me, don't let us go up from here.'" Moses is like, "Look, God, if you're not going to go with us, you're not going to be our flashlight, you're not going to guide us, I'm not moving." Verse 16, "For how would it be known that I or your people have found favor in your sight? Isn't it because you go with us that distinguishes us from all the people on the face of the earth?" So, even Moses knew better than to go into the promised land, to go into this dark room without the presence of God, without God leading and guiding. That pillar of cloud by day and that fire by night was kind of the signature and the proof to all the other nations that God favored Moses and Israel and that God was with them. And after the sin of the golden calf, they realized that his presence may not go with them. And Moses was begging, "Lord, please, we're not moving unless you move. We're not going to go unless you go. If you don't go before us, then we're just staying right here. We're staying put." And in our life, we're always treading into the unknown. And sometimes we're foolish enough to go into the unknown without the light, without the godly flashlight. We go into this unknown thinking that we can figure it out on our own, or sometimes maybe not even that. We go into this unknown and we're just kind of scared, and we're just kind of doing it by feel and touch and, just kind of, taking little baby steps at a time. And we're foolish because we don't ask God to go with us. Proverbs 3, 5, and 6, "Trust in the Lord with all your heart. Lean not to your own understanding. In all your ways acknowledge him, and he will make your path straight," or he will direct your paths. I tried to practice that yesterday. There's so many things that I do on my own in my work that I just kind of do automatically and without thinking. But, I'm like, okay, Lord, I'm about to do this. I need your grace and strength and your wisdom on how to do it. Yeah, I've done it many times before, but I can't do it as well without you. And something may pop up that I'm not expecting. I need your strength. I need you to enable me and give me the power to get through what I need to get through. And so in your life, whenever you have to make important decisions, whenever you have to go somewhere, take God with you. Go with God. Don't go without his presence, because if you go without his presence, you're going to end up in a heap and a mess of trouble, and you're going to be crying out for his help anyway. So just go with him. Go with God. And Matthew 28:20. This is the last words of Yeshua before he ascends into heaven. After he gives the Great Commission, he reminds the disciples. He says, look, I am with you always, even until the end of the world. I'm with you always, even until the end of the age. So go with God. Make sure that God is in all your plans, all your decisions. There's no plan or decision that's too minuscule, too trivial, too small, that doesn't deserve the presence and the help of God. There's a great book written by an old monk called, by his name, he called himself Brother Lawrence, and it's called Practicing the Presence of God. You can get it on Amazon or on Kindle or what have you, and I think you might even be able to get it for free, but it's Practicing the Presence of God. This guy shows you how to include God in every aspect of your life. So go with God. That's the only way that you're going to be successful. That's the only way that Moses knew that he and the children of Israel were going to be safe and successful. And he says, Lord, if you're not going to go with us, we're staying put. Guys, thanks so much for watching. Go out there and have a great day. Shalom and God.